Spencer Jones. Spencer's second visit. I am so blessed to have him here. I am going to shorten my talk and we're going to go directly, yeah, 2 minutes over. So we're going to go directly into the most amazing Spencer Jones, another beautiful human being that I had the pleasure of meeting at Jose's event in May last year. We were at a gala event, so you're all dolled up and dressed up, and the fire alarm went off in the hotel, which was fantastic. So we hung out by the door. It was raining, and we kind of stayed indoors but outdoors. So I was hanging out with Spencer because he's got the most amazing suit ever. If you have a picture, show us. If you don't, that's okay. We'll get one next time. With that, I give you the amazing Spencer Jones.
Oh my gosh, that is quite the intro. Thank you so much for having me and giving me the space a second time. Like I didn't offend you enough the first time. I get a second chance at it. So I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm super excited to be here today, especially, right? Valentine's Day. We're talking about love, love heals. For those that don't know, the nickname a coach gave me is the Prince of Positivity. And one of our cornerstones with our community, the Energizers, is to respond with love. So when you asked me to come here and share today, I'm like, oh, heck yes. Like I'm all in. This is perfect. This is amazing. And how it ties into leadership. So I'm really excited to share that. Hold on. I'm pulling up a picture of the suit. That's why I'm looking down. So here's the suit that Marianne was talking about. Let me blow it up there for you. So that's the suit. You can't really tell too much, but it's like a bunch of smiley faces that looked like was hit with paintballs. So that's the crazy suit. I have maybe like 10 plus different wild suits like that. I just like dressing up, having fun, right? Enjoy life. And that's what I hope you do. I hope that you enjoy life. You live your life to the max or whatever you want to call it. Live your best life, live at the dash, whatever. But live your life to the max. And for me, I was really good at living other people's dreams and making those a reality, but not mine, which led me to a lot of frustration, a lot of doubt, a lot of anger, and not a lot of love, right? Because I found I didn't even love me for all the stuff that I was doing, right? I actually ended up resenting and hating who I was becoming and who I portrayed out to the world. And I want to share a quick story here, but before I share the story, if you could drop in the comments and let me know if you're a leader. Just drop like a thumbs up. Let's do that. Let's drop a thumbs up or a heart, since it's Valentine's Day. If you consider yourself a leader, drop that in the comments because I want to speak especially directly to you today on about love because there are two things that don't always go together, right? We don't necessarily think of love and leadership going hand in hand, but yet they do in so many ways. Maybe you do. And through all the speakers today, you probably are like, Spencer, you're late to the game. We've all talked about love and leadership, so that's perfect. Ivy says, always respond with love. Always, always. I love that. So let me share this quick story. So a few years ago, I met with an amazing leader. She was awesome, but she was exhausted. She was felt overwhelmed. She felt like she was constantly putting other people first. And no matter what, no matter how much she gave, no matter how much she invested in, it never felt like enough. It never felt like she was doing enough for her team. She always felt like she had to give more. And maybe you found yourself in that boat at times, and I know I have before personally. And eventually, and through us chatting and working together, she found out and realized something profound that they have been pouring from an empty cup. Right? Maybe that sounds familiar to you now. Now, what do I mean by empty cup? You probably all heard the analogy of that you have this cup inside of you and you're pouring into it and you're pouring out of it. Most of the times as leaders, we're told to give to others. So I keep pouring, keep pouring, keep pouring. And that's great. We want to serve. We want to help others. But at what cost? Right? What is it costing you if you're constantly giving and all of a sudden your cup is empty. It's drained. There's nothing left. Your battery's at zero. That cup has not a drop left in it. What happens? Well, it leads to burnout, frustration, anger, exhaustion, depletion, frustration with relationships, like what Jose was talking about at the end, right? Sharing that love. And man, it's hard to share that love when you have nothing left for you. And from personal experience, I struggled to share love with others because my cup was empty and I ended up disliking myself. I said even hating. I'm not using that word out of context. I hated myself of who I became because I kept pouring from an empty cup and following the wrong pathways. I see Ivy's dropping hearts and thumbs up, leading, right? Nikki, love it, love it, love it. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for commenting. I appreciate it. What she realized, the leader that realized that she was pouring from an empty cup, what they discovered, it changed everything for her, and not just for them, but for their entire team. You see, they realized leadership is not just about serving others. It's about loving you first. Loving you yourself first, without exception, without qualification, so that you can be whole. And when you have that love, right? And I'm not talking egotistical, prideful, say, hey, look at me, I'm the best in the world. Like, no, you just love you fully, truly, authentically, right? You have your beautiful light that you're shining and you're confident in it. You have energy, you have clarity, you have presence, and you lead with love. And that's what we're going to dive into, or some different aspects of that, because that love can change the energy in the room, the energy in your community, your space with you, with your family, and obviously, and of course, with your team. It makes such a big difference. So there's three categories we're gonna go over here in about the next 20 minutes to hopefully help you lead with love, even more so. One is the power of self-love, especially in leadership, and then responding with love versus responding with fear, which many of us do. And I'm not calling you out because I've done all of these things, right? Or haven't done all these things at times. And also, the last part is the ripple effect, how leading with love can actually create lasting change for your teams, for your organization, for your family. So let's hop in. Now, self-love, it's a month, right? It's a month of self-love. Like kind of like November's the month of gratitude, which is beautiful. I'm glad that there's more awareness to it. But self-love is not just going for, getting a bubble bath, getting your nails done, going out to dinner, treating yourself to a movie. Those things are great. Don't get me wrong. Those things are fine. But self-love is one, pouring into your cup, doing things that fill your cup energetically. So whether it's chasing your passions, for me, it's going snowboarding, hiking, watching movies with Katie. And sure, maybe it's going out getting some food or getting these little things to, little gifts and whatnot. Great. But it's also learning to love me for me, embracing that I'm human, that I'm going to make mistakes, forgiving myself for those mistakes, and learning to say, hey, Spencer, it's okay. We're learning, we're growing. Learn to love me for me, the mistakes, the faults, the beauties, all of it, and everywhere between. Now, it's not necessarily easy to do, but when we can, and even if we do it just a little bit, it starts pouring into our cup. Right? When we chase our passions, that pours into our cup. When we do things for us instead of constantly give, 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 give. I know for our energizers, one thing that they struggle with a lot is it's their cup's emptying because they constantly give. As Jose mentioned right before he ended, right? Selfless isn't thinking about you less, or it's thinking about you less and for others more. Like, but take care of you. It's not just saying I'm nothing, I don't matter. No, it's taking care of you. Yes, take care of others, but take care of you, because you're not going to do yourself or your family or the world, your team, whoever, any good if you're not taking care of you, right? Self-love, when you lead with that, when you lead with filling your cup fills up. Instead of having a cup that goes from full to empty and going anywhere between, imagine what your leadership, what your life would look like if you led with a cup that overflowed. So now instead of it just being, oh, it's full, okay, it's halfway, no, it's almost empty, no, it's three-quarters full, and bouncing back and forth, if your cup was overflowing. To me, right, that, as mentioned earlier, that leads to clarity, to energy, to resilience, to presence. When you can do that. Surrounding yourself with amazing people, the speakers here, Marianne and others who can help guide you and show you that way is incredible. To just even just to see them, and then you can, ask them questions and pick their brain, or take the courses, and you have the coaches, all those different things to help you. One of the biggest things for me is mastering my energy sovereignty. So what is energy sovereignty? It's basically your energy flow. You have your cup. Where are you pouring that energy into? Where is that excess, that overflow flowing into? And what's the energy coming in? Is it healthy? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it toxic? What are the energy vampires draining you? It's mastering your energy kingdom, queendom, whatever you want to call it. It's mastering that energy flow. So when you can master it, you get rid of the things that drain you that aren't helpful. You can keep pouring into the things you want, and you're pouring into your cup. Now your cup is overflowing. And that is truly, truly amazing. I mentioned earlier that one of our cornerstones is responding with love, because I see so many people respond with hate, with anger, out of fear. And I get it. I did that for years. I used to judge others. I used to critique others. And let's just focus on judgment for a moment. If we judge, all judgment is doing is saying, I'm better than you are, or you're better than me, right? Which way are these scales going? Why do we have to have scales? Why do we have to judge one another? You're no better than I am. I'm no better than you are, no matter where you are on life's journey. I don't care your age. I don't care about your title. I don't care about any of that stuff. And I hope you don't either, except for the fact of going, oh, you're farther along on that journey than I am, or you're at a different point in your journey than I am. And guess what? I could learn from you. You could also learn from me. We're in the same arena. We're in on the same field, whatever you want to call it. We're all the same. We're just at different points. And so if we can start embracing that instead of judging that homeless person, judging that CEO, judging that millionaire, to the person who's taking your fast food order, if we just respond with love, it goes so far. Imagine we working with your teams. If your team member makes a mistake, are you berating them? Are you belittling them? Or are you responding with love? And that doesn't mean just being, oh, lovey-dovey-dovey with them. I'm not talking romantic love. I'm just saying be kind, be respectful. Lay down the law when you need to. Have those honest conversations, but you can still do it from a kind, caring place. It's amazing what happens when you do that. So that leads perfectly into the responding with love to responding with fear, or reacting with fear. Think about it. For fear-based leadership, you've probably have experienced this a couple times in your life, if you're going to be honest, and that would look like a micromanager. Maybe that's a scarcity mindset, right? There's not enough. We got to hoard everything, keep it to ourselves. Or I'm not going to deal with that. I'm just not going to deal. It's avoidance. Those are just three characteristics of fear-based leadership. Now, maybe you've been that person. I'm not here to judge you. I've been that person at times. What happens if we lead with love? What does that look like? Right? If we lead or respond with love, and that becomes our default, also now we're building trust. We're building empowerment in our team. And we still have honest communication. We're not burying things. We're not trying to avoid having these tough discussions. Oh, we still have them, but we're honest and we're kind. And it's amazing what happens when you can be loving in a caring, beautiful way that's supportive. It creates a safe place, a place where people can take risks and try things. And then that builds trust even more, and that helps empower them, and that helps you and your organization grow and impact more lives and do all the things that you want to do. Helps you achieve your dreams when you lead with love and respond with love as opposed to fear. It can be a tricky mindset, because the world today, at least in my opinion, the majority of the world seems to want us to fear. Fear this person, fear this group, fear this business, fear this, that, the other thing, fear the fact that you can't control your own life, or whatever it is. We see it in commercials and advertising and politics, and it seems everywhere we go. It's based on fear. And I get it. Fear sells. It's not as showy as love. But what would happen if we started to shift that narrative? We started to shift that perspective, at least in our world, in our mindset. We started curating our feed, social media, and feed of life to one of love. I go back to one of my favorite, I would call him a mentor, except I've never met him in person, but he still has mentored me when I watched his shows and read his books. And I look up to him a lot. I'm trying to put him on pedestals because we're all equal, but I loved what he did on his journey. And that's Mr. Rogers, right? I'm a big Mr. Rogers fan. Love what he did with in the world and with what he could. And you've probably all heard this story before, but because he shared it often, and the story is shared often, is that when he was looking at the TV and it was something going on with the war, and he was afraid, he was scared, rightfully so, right? They're showing scary images on TV. And he expressed that to his mom, and his mom said, look for the helpers. Look for the helpers. And so he could see, oh, this person's helping this person, this helping this person. And he continued to do that. And he taught me, he taught many of you, and through sharing that message here and throughout where all the places it's shared, hopefully people start looking for the helpers. What are you doing when you're looking for the helpers? You're looking for the good. You're looking for the positives. You're looking for the love. Now, love can be a tricky word because we think, oh, it's lovey, it needs to be romantic and ooey gooey and all of those sentimental things. Great. But isn't love just kindness? Right? There's different areas of love. It's really a tricky word in the English language because we just have love, as opposed to you look at other languages which have like 3, 4, 5 different words that represent the different parts of love, as in like, everlasting was it agape is like all, I was gonna say all ending love. I can't think what exactly the right term. I should have actually known that before I said it. But that like all encompassing love of everything, right? No questions, no everything asked. But then what about just the love of kindness, of being, of just being open, sharing your life, being authentic? What about that love with the world? Love can happen in the work. Actually, I made a post. Was it this morning? Think it was this morning on LinkedIn. It was a couple days ago. I shared this post on Facebook. Unconditional love. Thank you, Marianne. Woo! I could not think of that to save my life. So thank you. Unconditional love. Um, Agape, unconditional love. Thank you for saving me there. I appreciate it. See, I love you. Thank you so much. Um, so I made this post, and it started with "I love you." It started and ended with "I love you." Not "I love you, brother." Not "I love you because of this." It was "I love you." And then I went on to say, and this is more directed at men, but why as men do we find it so hard to tell another person, especially another man, that we love them? And there's so many different things, right? That tie into that and all the constructs and different things. But again, it doesn't have to be this romantic love. And even I was part of groups that said, "Oh, I love you, brother." Right? I love you, brother. And I still say that because I still love him. But sometimes it feels like a cop out, if I'm going to be totally honest. Right? Oh, I love you, brother. Well, I added brother on, so that makes it okay. Instead of just say, hey, I love you. Like, hey, John, I love you. Hey, Marianne, I love you. Because you know what? The light in you, your energy, your being, I love you. You know, the people that I disagree with, that I do my best not to hate anyone, but people that don't resonate, the people that I discern aren't in the same resonance as I am, that's cool, right? There's people in my life I don't get along with. You know what? I still love them. I just love them from a distance. They don't have to be close up and buddy buddy. They're just across the street or a block or town. But you know what? I still love them. I still wish them the best. There's people I've had falling outs with. I still love them. I love them of saying, hey, I hope you do well. I hope things work out for you. Good luck. I love you. I just don't need you in my life right now because your energy is toxic to mine, right? That's okay. But I still love them. I'm not causing them or trying to wish them pain. That's not something I've always been able to do. When you could do that, when you could do that to yourself, saying, I love you to yourself, that fills your cup. When you could say it to other people, that fills your cup. Your team, your community, your family, your organization senses it. They might be able to see it directly, but then even if they don't see it directly, they're going to feel that energy, that shift, and that's going to change them. They're going to see that because leadership and well, leadership sets a tone. How you lead sets a tone for your community. How are you doing? Are you leading with fear? Guess what? The people who report to you, who are quote unquote under you, well, the vast majority, not all of them, probably the vast majority are going to lead with fear. If you start leading with love and loving yourself, maybe you share how to do that and teach them how to do that, guess what? They're going to start doing it. And then that's going to shift your whole culture. When you lead with love, you respond with love, you share that energy out with the world, it fosters, psychologically, it fosters this place of safety, a place where you could just be you. You have this safe place to try new things. And when you feel safe, then you're like, oh, I'm going to try this. Well, I feel safe. I could be open and honest and share this, right? This opinion, this thought. Let's try this idea. And that's where you learn and grow in a safe place. Then you could take risks and try new things. And that's where business and life can excel even more. When you lead from love, and remember, it starts with you. You set the tone as a leader. You set the tone with your family. And I don't even care if you're the kid in your family, you're the only child, and it's just you and your parents. Your energy could change theirs. I don't care what title you have, what role you have in life. Your energy is felt by the world. You are a leader, even if you're not, quote unquote, a leader of a team, because there are people looking at you, seeing you, and recognizing what you're doing. They might not tell you to your face, but they are there. You are leading. Lead with love. Set that tone, that model of going, hey, I love me for me. I'm going to work at forgiving myself, at letting go of the guilt, the shame, the heaviness that I feel, and instead replace it with grace, with forgiveness, with kindness to myself. I'm saying that for you to do that to yourself and then to others. We are, this is nothing new, but you probably know this. We are all our own worst critic. You can beat yourself up better than I can, better than anybody else can, because we know all the minute and major things we've done in our life. So we guilt ourselves, we shame ourselves, we beat ourselves up left and right. But what about when it's your family member, friend? Are you beating them up as much over those things? Or are you showing them some grace and kindness? Why not show it to yourself when it's your time? When you're beating yourself up, when you go, oh, hold on. I'll be totally open and honest. This morning, I was struggling. This morning, I woke up and I was beating myself up over some past things and stuff that wasn't even necessarily all that heavy, but I just kept repeating, oh my gosh, you're stupid. You made these mistakes. Well, how are we going to do this? I'm like, whoa, hold on, Spencer. Like, what's going on? Like, forgive yourself. It's okay. How can you learn and grow from this? How can we move forward? Give yourself grace. It's okay. Right? And again, being open and honest, did that shift it all of a sudden? It's like, yay, everything's sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. No, it didn't flip the switch, but at least put a pause button on it, where then I was able to go, okay, now we're starting from at least ground zero here, and we can start building up. And then we started to build up. So now where I feel full, I feel energized, I feel ready for life, because guess what? I stopped the energy vampires of my own doing from draining my cup to feeling alive and energized and filled, and my cup is overflowing again. And I'm grateful for Marianne and all of you for helping me be able to do that by giving me this space. Thank you. This was a huge help in helping me kick that fire up and go in again and fill in my cup. As Nikki said, energy is contagious, 1000%, right? People feel it, and it brings so much freedom, 100%. When you are you, there's so much freedom in that. You don't need to try to be like anybody else, like what TV shows said. You don't have to be the next Mr. Rogers. You don't have to be the next whoever you idolize. Let's stop idolizing them. Just be you. take the characteristics of people that you like and go, how can I apply this to my life? How can I make it like me? And then go from there. You don't have to copycat everything. Actually, I mean, I like learning from other people, say, I like this, but I'm not going to use it directly. I used to, and then I felt inauthentic. But when I could take what I like and go, oh, okay, how do I apply this to my life? How do I make this a Spencer thing? Cool. Oh, I wear crazy suits when I speak. Hey, that's fun. I enjoy doing that, right? It's something that's me. Oh, I have long hair. Wear hoodies and I don't know. I curse and swear often, not on this one because I've been restraining myself. But like, that's me. Okay, cool. I know that, right? I can do that. Coming back to leadership as we bring this to a close, we often think that leadership is about guiding others, and it is, but it starts with you. Are you leading you to a cup that's full? Or are you leading yourself to a life of misery and burnout by not taking care of you? Filling your cup, loving you for you, shining your light. When you choose to lead with love, loving you, sharing love with your team, this amazing ripple effect happens and the energy shifts. You feel it, your family members feels it, your organization team feel it. It's kind of like when if you ever start working out, losing weight, you're the first person to notice, right? It takes about 2 weeks. You're the first person to notice. Then close family, friend members notice it about 4 weeks after you start. And then about 2 months, a month and a half to 2 months after, that's when other people start recognizing it. It's the same thing with energy. You notice it, close people do, and then more. And it keeps spreading out from there. So I'll end it with this nugget. Marion, we'll even give you like a minute beforehand. Look at that. But well, actually, you know what? I'll leave you with a challenge and this little quote. The challenge is this. The next time you find yourself in a tough spot, leadership or not, just like it's a struggle moment you're in, right? You're struggling in that moment. I ask you this, and I'm challenging you to do this. How do you lead from love? What's the response with love in that scenario? Maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. And maybe you start catching yourself noticing, I'm going to lead out of fear. Okay, cool. That's great awareness. Realize that that's there. And then how can I lead from love? Go back, ask yourself, how can you lead from love? And I'll end with this. Your leadership is only as powerful as the love you give. Your leadership is only as powerful as the love you give. Start with yourself. Thank you, Marianne, for having me. I'm incredibly grateful.
Total mic drop at the end. Love it. I love that it says superstar right above your head.
Thank you so much. Love that.
And put it up there. And maybe I have a door actually. I could probably put it up there. Too funny. Beautiful and from the heart, as always. It was like I could not do this summit without you. Like, come on. You're gonna have a summit on love and you're not gonna have Spencer Jones there. What's the matter with you? Spencer, thank you so much, honey. I
Thank
love
you so much.
I
I'm
can't
grateful for you.
hook up again over in Maryland.
I can't wait. It'll be a fun time to meet up.
It'll yeah, and I'm taking pictures beside you with that suit. I love that. I think I took some and I cannot find them for the life of me because
It happens. It happens. It was a crazy, crazy night. So next time, next event, we'll get some pictures together for sure.
yeah, technology wizard, not me. Anyways, thank you so much. I
Thank
see
you.
Kathy is in the house. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful rest of the day with your wife. So when he said Katie, that's not the same Katie as Jose. They both have wives named Katie, two different people. Just clarifying. Have a beautiful day.